Hello, everyone. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today we are here to take a look at the Practical Tarot deck and the Practical Tarot Method book by Lisa Kessler. These are sold separately through Beyond Words Publishing. Shout out to Beyond Words for sending these over to me for purposes of review and so that I could share them with you. This was a Kickstarter, and the mass market version of it, which is what I have here, was sent out the same time as the Kickstarter. So if you saw this Kickstarter and you didn't back it, you can now get this on Amazon from Beyond Words directly. This is mass market now. So if you didn't know, here we have it. It comes in a big, beautiful box, and the book is a large form book. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at all of the goodies that we have here from the Practical Tarot set. So the box is a big glossy box, which is typical for this company. I think I have the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle from them, as well as the Oracle of Mythic Heroes, the Secret Manifestation cards. All of them come in similar boxes. So if you have any of those, that's about the size of the box. We have a glossy cover on the book, glossy pages, color cards inside, nice and big. And let's just get to the front here. So here is the table of contents. You can take a look there. All of them are listed out so you can see exactly what page everything is on. So about Practical Tarot, it says, over the years, I started to recognize the cycles of cards. And as my collection grew, I noticed that there were common symbolism and colors. Instead of memorizing, I was reading intuitively. I experimented with different decks, and before long, I branched out and began reading for clients. Eventually, I developed my Practical Tarot teaching method as well. When the pandemic sent my private tarot readings and tarot classes onto Zoom, an idea or maybe a wish began to percolate in my head. I wanted to write a book about reading tarot intuitively. And after my book proposal was finished, I pitched it to the publishers and received plenty of interest, but in the end, no publishing offers. I'm a big believer of divine timing, so I set the project aside and wrote three more fiction books. But the tarot book was always in the back of my mind, whispering. While doing client readings, I wished for a tarot deck that packed symbolism into each card to help my students lean into their intuition and rely less on their guidebooks. I wanted a deck that would encourage people to reach for their tarot cards as a helpful everyday tool to help stay more connected to the universe. As if the universe was listening, a conversation with the cover artist for my fiction books led to her introducing me to an artist and illustrator, Holly Carton. Holly didn't know much about tarot, but she shared my passion for art that reflects our world. It didn't have I didn't have the money to commission 78 original art images for the deck, so I surrendered the idea to Spirit. It answered by connecting me with author friends who helped me set up a Kickstarter campaign for the Practical Tarot book and deck project. Holly and I worked on 5 initial cards, and I put together the Kickstarter video to share my vision for a diverse and inclusive tarot deck, rich with symbolism, and a book to help seekers to read tarot intuitively. With only 5 completed card images, the book and deck project received overwhelming support from around the world, and before we knew it, the Practical Tarot project funded. Next thing I knew, both the book, The Practical Tarot Method, Learn to Read Tarot Cards Intuitively, and this Practical Tarot deck were acquired by Beyond Words Publishing. Although the Practical Tarot deck is intended to be enjoyed on its own as an everyday tool to stay connected to the universe, the book is a wonderful supplemental resource for seekers looking to explore the power of tarot through more thoroughly. She talks a little bit about making your own deck, working with this deck, and it is, it reads just like an RWS in the same way. The kings, the queens, um, and are the same. The wands, swords, pentacles, nothing has been changed in that way. There are a few subtle differences in the major and minor arcana, and we'll see that as we go along. It says tarot cards carry no dogma of their own, and when you see references to the universe, spirit, the creator, the divine, or God, those refer to your own personal spiritual connection with source. Whatever your belief is, tarot can help you connect with your higher self, your intuition, and your creator. I think there's a few spreads here, and then there are these spreads plus a few more spreads in the bigger book. And then you have a full image, full page image is what I'm trying to say. And then the number on the card, the name of the card, and then a little bit of information about the energy of the card, a little bit about what you see in the image as well. So, like here, it says a bright sunshine is on the horizon. The daffodils at her feet represent a fresh beginning. She looks to the heavens, trusting the universe as she takes a leap of faith in the direction of her dreams. And then there's a journal or something to meditate about at the bottom. And they're all the same like that, even in the minors. Here's the Six of Pentacles. And in the back, you just have about the author, acknowledgments about the author. Here's about Lisa. And then about the artist. Oh, no, there's no about the artist. Whoops. Okay, sorry. I thought there was, but no, there's just the author. And you can continue with the companion book. So that's the smaller book. Let's look a little bit into the differences in the companion book, and of course, we'll read from them both once we shuffle at the end. But just so that you can see, this companion book has a lot more about how to read tarot in it. So I'm just going to show you the table of contents here. So you can see you have a history of tarot, Tarot 101, how to choose a deck, finding the right deck for you, connecting with your deck, working with themed cards. What about oracle cards? And what's your, setting intentions, the color symbolism, other symbolism, cycles, cycles from ace to 10, cycles in the court card. Everything happens for a reason. And then it lists out the major and minor arcana, and then in the back, you still have spreads. So you have all of the spreads you saw in the other book, plus a couple of more spreads. Practical uses. So you've got journaling, meditation, tarot manifestation. These are all of the things that you can do with tarot, and then explaining how to do it. A conclusion, acknowledgments, notes about the author and about the illustrator is in this book. So here's the preface. It's just a little bit of information, similar to what we saw in the other book. Start with choosing your deck, connecting with your deck, ways to store your deck, working with different types of decks. And it talks about the symbolism that you might find in your decks, color symbolism in tarot, different ways to see the colors, things they could represent. So here it says red represents raw, intense emotions, and gives some words here. Rage, love, passion, and drama are all associated with the color. And on some cards, you might notice someone wearing a red cloak or a splash of red in the sky, symbolizing strong emotions and often cautioning us to think before we act on emotion alone. So it's kind of bringing that to the forefront of your mind so that when you see that, you can take that from your cards. Not just this deck, many decks. You know what I mean? Like any deck that you use. So here we have some other symbols you might see and what they could represent in the deck. So, for instance, water is the element that represents our emotions. A calm and placid body of water, if you see that in a deck, can indicate peaceful and serene emotions, while tumultuous waters, like a waterfall or waves crashing to the shore, indicate tempestuous feelings. These waters encourage you to question your current emotional state and the emotion of those surrounding you. So it has this numerology correspondence chart, which I think is kind of cool. So, for the number across the suits, how the way that's laid out, it's just interesting to look at it that way, I think. There are exercises throughout that kind of allow you to practice what you've learned. And this exercise here at the end is just like using all of what you've learned to get a clear message. So as you go through the different exercises, and then when you get into the major arcana, you get basically you get a little bit of write up about what the major arcana is, and you get what you see in the guidebook that comes with the deck up to here. And then the rest of this is extra stuff. So you've got the keywords, the manifesting tip, and the zodiac astrology connection for the majors. And then for the minors, the you just have the keywords and the manifesting tip. The journal and meditate and this part is in the guidebook, more or less. There's maybe a little bit of a difference in what it says here, but for the most part, it's the same as what you would find in the guidebook. So I think you've probably noticed that we have black and white thumbnails in this bigger book, but have no fear. They put the color images, the larger color images on pages, glossy pages in the back, which is nice. So if you did want to look at that color symbolism without having to dig out the cards, you can see them all here. And for the minors, they're a little bit smaller. You get 3 to a page. I will say this, my book is coming apart a little bit in the back. These back pages are coming a little bit loose. So I would say be careful if you're, opening and closing this, like be careful about your back pages, make sure you don't lose them. Mine have come loose. I have a couple that I just kind of stuck back in here. Hang on. Yeah, here, see, I lost a couple. So just be careful about that. But other than that, these front pages are not loose at all, but these back pages did come a little bit loose for me. So yeah, that's the Practical Tarot Method guidebook, and we'll read from it. Later, we'll get a little bit of a closer look at it after we shuffle. So let's take a look at the cards. Here are the backs. They are just this sort of light energy, purple, lavender, pink, a few little specks of pink. Nothing, nothing big. They are not reversible. So if you did reverse one, you would be able to tell. But I didn't see anything in the guidebook about reversals anyway. So the cards are borderless, and they do have a number and a title at the bottom. So we have the Fool. I love her little wings. It's almost like the wings aren't attached to her, but they're there. I love that. So we have the Magician doing magic, and the High Priestess. She's got all these rolled up scrolls in her lap. She's got the third eye open. Love her. The Empress with her 12 stars and her wheat and her pregnant belly. Here's our Emperor. She chose the bird for him, which is more Visconti than RWS, because RWS would be the rams, right? So here we have the Hierophant. I love the open hand, the open palm for this Hierophant. They feel very approachable, and I do love a Hierophant that feels like an approachable person. So the Lovers are here. Their arms locked there. The Chariot. She looks like she's having a good time. The artwork is very soft, and I don't even know. I think it's just very soft. I don't know if she's used like oil pastels or if she used like, I don't know what she used to paint this, but it's pretty. It's well done, but soft. I will say that some of the color correction on this mass market deck, because I have the indie as well, some of the cards I think look much better in the mass market. This is beautiful, this Hanged Man. The colors on this are so pretty. The Death card. She is lying here, but she's left this body behind, and she's moved on. Not even worried about the Grim Reaper. She has moved on towards the light. Temperance. I love the glowing water. It's dripping from her elbow and everything. I don't know if you can see that. So cool. The Devil. This guy reminds me of Peter Pan every time I see him. Like, is that Peter? What is he doing with with all the fruit? The Tower. So you have, looks like a butterfly and a chrysalis. The thought of, okay, yeah, it is the tower moment. It's a big change, and it is a destruction of everything that you know. You have to break down to become something new. Maybe it's definitely a step in a better direction, right? You sprout wings and you get to fly, and but it does mean that everything that you once were is now gone. So if you're a butterfly anyway. The Star, the Moon. Love the fish, and her feet are in the water here. The Sun. And you remember that in that book, in the big book, it gives you information about what these things can mean, what the color yellow means, what the feet in the, what the water represents, that emotional representation from the water. Is the Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, the Three of Cups with the little rainbows. Here's the Four of Cups. So we have people, looks like they're having a good time. They're drinking and they're laughing and having fun. And she doesn't see any of it. She doesn't see the light in the cup. She doesn't see the people down here having fun. I don't know if she's green with envy or what's going on, but she is not feeling it. The Five of Cups and the Six. I love how they're wearing the same color dress. They have similar, she looks like her daughter, and I like that, or maybe her baby sister. The Seven of Cups, the Eight of Cups. I love that she's moving towards still waters, a little sailboat out there to take her away. So she doesn't need to, like, she's only got to swim a little ways and then she'll have some help. The Nine of Cups. This is so cute. I this little house on the stilts makes me smile. I'm like, I want a house on stilts and on a hilltop overlooking beauty. The Ten of Cups. The baby's hair took me out because it's like, when babies, oh, can it focus? The artwork is kind of soft on some of these cards, so it doesn't want to focus. But I don't know if you can see that the babies looks like they've rubbed out the hair on the side. Like it just looks so realistic. um, Page of Cups. This card here is so adorable. This Page of Cups one of the five original cards? I don't know, but it's so adorable. How excited he is about this fish, you know? It's just, I love it. The Knight of Cups and the Queen. Like there's somebody behind her here with a rose. I don't know if you can see. Let's read in the book about this rose because I'm curious to see if it mentions this. I will say this: I have the indie version, and the guidebook on that is so tiny I can't read it all. So I'm really excited to have this to have this bigger version. It says her throne sits within the lush green of her heart chakra. She is a lover of the arts and is in tune with her emotions, but at times she can be so enraptured with them that she loses herself. Staring into the cup, she is disconnected from the present and misses the admirer passing by behind her. The Queen of Cups represents feminine, nurturing energy. Everyone carries this ability. You are very in touch with your heart, with a strong intuition, creativity, and ability to often sense how others are feeling. Sometimes those gifts can be overpowering and leave you withdrawn. Remember that love is not an object to be obtained. You must participate and cultivate your relationships. Love is meant to be shared and nurtured, not possessed. How can you actively show your love and appreciation for those you care for? How can you be more present? Here's the King of Cups, being very, very bored. um, I mean, he doesn't look excited at all, right? But I guess he's the King of Cups, so his emotions are tightly under control. But he just looks bored. Ace of Pentacles. Here's our Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. It looks like they're working together to grow this plant, and I can't, it's hard to see because they've put the title over top of it, but it looks like they're looking at a book or looking at a paper or something. I see a shovel here or a trowel and a pot. So I don't know if they're doing like plant magic or if they're just scientists or what. So here we have the Four of Pentacles. I like how even her eyes are tightly closed. Like she doesn't want to see anything else. The Five of Pentacles. There's a key right here to open that door. Here's the Six of Pentacles and the Seven. Here's the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine. The Grapes. We have sunflowers in the Nine of Pentacles, which I thought was kind of fun, and the Three Pentacles on her dress. Here's our Ten of Pentacles N- There usually we would see like a family here, but there's just one person in the Ten of Pentacles. So I had to look in the guidebook to see like why are we just having one person? And it said that it's raining pentacles as she dances in the flood of prosperity. Her work has paid off and it's time to celebrate. She is present and positive, knowing that her needs will be more than met. They will be surpassed. The bright green background symbolizes successful manifesting. Celebrate and allow gratitude to fill your heart as you prepare to go after your next big dream. This page of Pentacles face is so cute. All of the pages are cute. They're just adorable. They all have dimples and they just get me. I love the perspective on this Knight of Pentacles. Here is the Queen and the King. All right, so now we're on to the Ace of Wands. Just gonna, here's the Two of Wands, thinking, planning, strategizing. Here's the Three of Wands, found his staircase, headed on up. Here is the Four of Wands. I don't know where she, maybe at beyond the door. There's some, it looks like there's some stuff down here on the floor. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I can't tell. Here's the Five of Wands. This one is a little bit dark. Here's the Six of Wands. Some of them are a little dark, only maybe one or two, but some of them are women in the Six of Wands. It's usually a guy, so it's nice to see a woman there. Seven of Wands in a dress, riding astride. And here's the Eight of Wands. She's wearing, I like something I also enjoy about this deck is how we're all over the place as far as clothing goes. Like she's got on Lululemons. She looks like she just came from work. This other chick here looks like she stepped out of, a 1800s story in maybe, I don't know, Colombia or something. I love it. We're all over the place. This lady looks like she has alopecia, so there are some lots of diverse representation in this deck. Ten of Wands, Page of Wands, super cute. Her little haircut. Here's the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the King. I like how his sash kind of blends into the lion's mane, and I love the shape of his scepter here. All right, on to the swords. Here's the Ace of Swords given Ophelia. Here's the Two of Swords and the Three. Here's our Four of Swords, the Five. A lot of the cards where you would think you would see more than one person, it's just the one person. Because I think we're meant to be focused on the querent when we're using these cards. So in this Five of Swords, you would normally see other people here, but you just see this one person looking kind of, I don't know if she's looking determined or if she's looking embarrassed or she's looking upset, distressed, something negative, some kind of negative emotion here. And you can't see what else is going on around her. So then you can make that up for yourself. We do have the calm waters. We do have trees here, some green and blue to look at. And then this woman here, normally we would have a fairy person. She looks like she's looking, maybe waiting on someone, or maybe she's just arrived. We don't know, right? So I like that it's left open for us to interpret that and like use our intuition to interpret it, and then also to add the other characters ourselves. Seven of Swords. She looks badass. The Eight of Swords. I don't know what she's doing with her hands. See if I can get it to focus. Like, is she braiding her hair? Wow, so that would be another thing being tied up, her hair. Interesting. Love the bonnet in this one. I was like, yes. I mean, if we're gonna be in the bed, we need to have on a bonnet. No, I'm just playing. It's a beautiful rendition of the Nine of Swords. She is here. You can see her face looks very distraught with all of these thoughts surrounding her head. Then you have in her bed many things. There's papers and books and pencils, and her covers are all messed up, like she hasn't slept at all. She's just working in the bed. She's bringing all of this with her, all of this communication, all of this, all these words, all this knowledge. And I'm thinking this is like a teddy bear or something. I don't know what that is, but here's the Ten of Swords. The Page of Swords is cool. I really enjoy the dragon and the hot air balloons and the butterflies and everything that we find here to represent the things. I thought the butterflies were interesting because with the sword suit, some people like to see the swords as um, some people like to see the swords as fire, and some like to see them as air. So it was nice to have sort of a mix here with the dragon and the hot air balloon plus the butterflies. And hot air balloon and is like a perfect mix between air and fire. So I thought that was clever. The Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and finally the King. So the cards are glossy and they don't stick. They're not sticky glossy, but they're very glossy. And I would say kind of like cardboardy. And to shuffle them, because they're so thick, I'm not able to get my hands around them to do a riffle shuffle, like not the whole deck at once. I could maybe break it up and do it, but like this, they're kind of tough. They're a little bit thick and it's tough for me. So for me, I've just been doing a like sort of drop shuffle like this, and they slide together very nicely because they're not sticky at all, which I appreciate. I don't mind gloss. I like gloss actually, but I don't like sticky gloss because then I have to fight with the cards. um, so this is a nice gloss, and this is their newer gloss. If you have the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle, that one is more of a sticky gloss. If they release that in the new gloss, I'm getting it because I love that deck. Anyways, here we go. So overhand is nice. Oop, got the lovers. I guess we're reading for the lovers. All right. So here is the write up if you'd like to read it for yourself. It says, The Lovers is about making a conscious choice to partner with someone for a common cause. This is a good time to cultivate meaningful partnerships built on equal footing. Whether a romantic or business partnership, your shared vision will lead to success. Establishing and nourishing healthy boundaries will be important as you forge this alliance to build a brighter future. The flags snap in the breeze against the blue sky, representing a bright new day. Two female knights have come together, unified in their partnership to win the games. They each have different strengths and backgrounds, but their commitment to their ultimate goal will lead to victory. Journal or meditate. Where would a partnership benefit me in my life right now? And let's read from the larger book. So from here to here is all the same. Unity, partnership, guidance, devotion, passion, and cooperation are the key words. The manifesting tip is look for a chance for partnership. When both parties strive for a common goal, success is assured. Finding the right person to help you reach your dreams will make all the difference, but it will also require clear communication and thoughtful planning. The zodiac connection. Hang on, let me just scooch this over. The zodiac astrology connection is Gemini. This air sign symbolizes two halves of a greater whole. Intellect and logic rule. Seeing and understanding both sides of a situation is required before making life decisions. So that's the companion book write up for the lovers. Do I think you need this book to read this deck? No, I think that the deck is intuitive and the guidebook it comes with is excellent. But I do think that there's a lot more information in here, as you can see from the table of contents, that's not available in this guidebook. So if you want that information to go along with this deck, then this is a good resource to pick up. Like things like color and symbolism and tarot, and just not just the meanings, but why do we use it and what can we do with it. So I have used the deck. I used it right out of the box. It was really easy to read with. It is very intuitive. I noticed a lot of symbols and things that I brought into my reading. I think there was like a violin in one of the cards, and I was like, huh, that's interesting because I was just talking about violin the other day, or whatever. So it's just like there's a lot of little things that you can pick up on. If you're an intuitive reader, I think you would like these cards because they have a lot to offer as far as imagery in the cards that they go along with the energy of the card, but you might not necessarily see in other decks. So, and they feel very modern and they feel, I don't know, kind of practical. I love how diverse they are. They offer so many different representations of human life, human, people. Why is everything, did I shuffle in reversals already? Whoops, I messed up, y'all. I do think there are a couple of cards that read a little dark. Like this strength card looks a little dark to me sometimes. But that could just be me. I don't know. My eyes are not the best. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments below. So, what do you think of the practical tarot? Let me know down below. I will put links in the description box below if you want to pick one of these up for yourself, or the book. Both those links will be in the description box below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. Share the video, comment below. All those things help the video out. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye.